During a meeting with reporters this week, he suggested that he's willing to wait for border wall funding until Republicans put together a budget for the next fiscal year. Republicans yesterday dropped the $1 billion the White House had requested to start construction of a wall from the latest spending bill. Democrats have threatened to hold up passage of a bill to keep the government running if it contains border wall dollars. The federal government runs out of money at week's end without a deal to extend funding. Former President George H.W. Bush will likely be released from the hospital by the end of the week. A statement from the 92-year-old's doctor said Bush is still fighting the effects of chronic bronchitis, though he's recovered from the pneumonia that first landed him in the hospital. Doctors continue watching his cough and breathing, and once he's home, he'll continue getting aggressive respiratory treatment. Bush was admitted to the hospital earlier this month. The chairman of the Harris County Republican Party says the sanctuary cities bill being discussed by state lawmakers today is only one way to make Texas cities safer. But University of Houston student Maria Trevino tells KPRC-TV that Senate Bill 4 is rooted in racism and would turn law enforcement officers into immigration agents. The controversial legislation already passed by the Senate would punish local governments and universities that refuse to cooperate with federal immigration officials. And finally, the University of Houston and other area schools are asking that women wear denim today to support victims of sexual violence. Denim Day was inspired by a ruling from the Italian Supreme Court that overturned a rape conviction because the justices felt the tight jeans being worn by the victim must have triggered the attack. Denim Day events are planned today at the University of Houston Victoria and Texas A&M University Galveston. That does it for your KTXT News Update. We'll have more news for you at the half hour, but first, here is DG with your weather.
Thanks, Haylee. The National Weather Service forecast for Lubbock and vicinity. Mostly cloudy and breezy this morning with a slight chance of showers. Then becoming sunny this afternoon. Highs today in the upper 60s. Northwesterly winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight. Lows in the upper 40s. Southerly winds continuing 5 to 15 miles per hour. And sunny, warmer, and windy on Thursday. Highs tomorrow in the mid-80s expected with westerly winds 25 to 30 miles per hour with gusts up to 45 miles per hour by late tomorrow afternoon. Mostly sunny Friday and looks like slight rain chances as we head into the weekend. Currently in Lubbock, partly cloudy skies, 52 degrees, relative humidity at 69%, wind is from the west at 15 miles per hour. Now back to the favorite Wednesday of the week, Women's Crush Wednesday here on the Raider. Good morning, Texas Tech.
It's catching on. It's a great
Yay.
term.
It's Yay.
People are going to start saying
it's Mac.
It's Mac.
It's Mac.
It's Mac.
Super Mac.
Super Mac. All right, so let's talk about a couple of these stories before we get to our first song. First of all, I want to talk about Denim Day. This is really cool. I've never heard of this before, and when we first read it, we were just kind of like, hey, denim's great. It's coming back. Jean jackets, all that. But now that we know why this is a thing, it's really, really cool to me. Who do y'all think about it?
Yeah, I had no idea. I thought it was just Denim Day. We can dress like, Brad Pitt
denim.
and whoever it was.
No, it was Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears.
Yeah, I
circa
thought we
2002.
could just dress like that, but we still can.
We could.
That's a really
Patches
cool
of
cause.
denim.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And
Yeah.
what was the case? It was where a girl had been wearing jeans.
Yeah.
Or?
The reason this is a thing, like if they want people to wear denim, is because in Italy, an Italian Supreme Court overturned a rape conviction because the victim was wearing tight blue jeans, and he thought that the blue jeans prompted the guy to rape her, and so he didn't give the guy a full conviction for raping her.
To blame the victim in any way at all is crazy, but because of something she was wearing is insane. I can't even imagine that. That's horrific.
No.
It's
horrible.
awful. It makes me so
really
mad.
mad.
I can't even talk. Like, I just want to know, like, how long ago this case was. Like, when, like, because recently,
Yeah.
like, that's been a huge thing about, like, not, like, victim shaming. What is it, like, appropriating, like, all of that. Just whatever it is.
know.
Like, that's horrible. I can't imagine, like, something happening to me like that, and then being told, like, well, it's your fault because you wore jeans.
Yeah.
Your jeans were too tight.
Like,
Okay.
Acting like it's a cultural norm. Like, because you had something on, this is why you were attacked.
yeah.
No.
No.
If I want to wear this, I can wear it. If I want to wear that, I can wear it.
Right.
And no one should attack me.
No.
I should have to, yeah.
You
no.
shouldn't have to be afraid that someone's going to rape you because you're wearing jeans.
That's ridiculous.
Like, that makes me so angry that that's a thing still. And it's not just like in this case, like you still hear all the time things about like girls are being told, and I understand, like you should be conscious of where you're going, you need to be safe, you need to take precautions, like that's just the world we live in, and it sucks that that's the way it is, that you have to think like, okay, if I make this choice to go here, like this might not be the safest place, like, but you do, that's just smart. You have to think about it like that. But you shouldn't think, like, if I wear this skirt, like, it's going to be my fault that someone rapes me because they can't control themselves because I wore this skirt. Like, that's not how that works.
Mm-mm.
And it makes me so heated.
I want to know how old this
case is.
Because I don't know. I mean, that's still an issue today, like you were saying, but it's... I don't know.
It's still
How
crazy.
can they get away with
It's 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've had so much like training and like we hear so much in the media about not doing that. Like it's just I don't know, but we're still fighting for that kind of stuff. I know, like last year with the Brock Turner case, like he raped
horrific.
Yeah, he raped this girl and he got less than 6 months. Like
yeah, it was like a couple months. A tap on the wrist.
Yeah,
like,
for raping a girl.
That's not okay.
No, it's not.
Ridiculous.
And that was in 2016. Like, we are so advanced, and that's still a thing. Like,
that's crazy.
Yes. It is. It makes me mad. It makes me sick.
We still have a long way to go.
We do.
With that.
We do. And I don't understand how that's not just, I don't know. But good on you, University of Houston and other schools that are doing Denim Day. I want to do Denim Day here at Texas Tech next year.
Wear denim, everyone.
If you're listening, I don't either. I almost wore a denim jacket, and then I was like, no, this is cozier.
I for sure have denim on every single day.
Yeah,
you do,
denim.
Savannah wears real clothes every day. Proud of her.
Not real.
Mostly real, yeah.
You look good today.
I have my slouchy days for sure, but I do love denim. And now I love it even more.
Good. It just matches everything.
There's even better reason to wear denim. It's Denim Day. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Also, I wanted real quick to talk about this at the first story we read, talking about the border wall. They've been going back and forth about this for so long that they're literally like, DJ, can you chime in on this with us? Because I'm not entirely sure what it means for the government to run out of money at the end of the week. DJ, are you listening?
What was the question?
Can you? No, DG.
I heard something about running out of money.
Yeah, we're talking about the first story with how they keep going back and forth on this border wall thing, and like, what does it mean for the federal government to run out of money? Like, it says they'll like run out of money at the end of the week and possibly shut down. What does that mean?
Okay, so the federal government never runs out of money because they can always print more, right? And they can always collect more taxes. But basically, what happens is they create a budget. The Congress creates a budget, and that budget is expiring. So basically, it's not that they run out of money so much as they run out of the authority to spend it. And that's what the budget is. Basically, Congress sets the budget, and they say, we're going to be spending this much on these various programs throughout whatever the government does, and then that expires by the end of the week. And so what they then are supposed to do is write a new budget that will take over where this one leaves off, and then the government's funded for the next period, whatever that is. So it's not that they're running out of money; they're just running out of authorization to spend it.
The money on.
So that's basically what it is. And if somebody has a better way of explaining that, I'm all ears. Please chime in on Facebook or give us a call.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
But that's basically it. So what they're threatening to do, as I understand it, what the Democrats are threatening to do is basically not authorize the next funding measure. So Trump is asking for $1 billion for the wall. The Democrats are saying, okay, if you're going to do that, then we're going to shut down the government. We're not going to authorize because the Republicans need the Democratic votes to pass the next funding bill.
Right.
So that's basically it in a nutshell, if that makes sense.
It does.
Okay.
It does. I was curious. We talked about it in class yesterday. I was wondering what that meant. But, all right. Well, so there's your information for the day about how the government works.
Yay.
Always here to inform. But we're going to go ahead and go into your first song, Viva La Vida by Coldplay, picked by Elena. We miss you, girl. We'll have sports for you when you come back, so don't go anywhere. Keep it locked to the left. Hey there, Facebook. We're talking about how beautiful Savannah's eyelashes are. They're great.
They're really pretty.
They're
I
actually
love this
really
song,
great.
by the way.
Super
Isn't
sweet.
it a good song?
It is a great song.
It is a really good song. I love Coldplay. When they were at the Super Bowl, I was like,
Oh, they were so good.
yeah,
at the Super
that was
Bowl.
awesome. I was so about that.
They were in Dallas this past summer, and I didn't go, and I'm regretting that forever. So I was really sad.
Okay, Facebook's crapping out on me. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if it's just my computer, but it's like
I can look.
consistently, like every time I try to share it, like not having it. Yeah.
Let me see if I shared it.
Let me look.
I don't
I'm
know.
sure it worked.
I don't know, but Miss Medina says good morning from Lubbock. She's here.
Aw.
Mama
Oh,
Medina's
yeah.
here. We love you,
She's
Mama
in
Medina.
town.
She's in town chilling. She's the bomb. So yeah, good morning to you, Mama Medina. If anybody else is listening on Facebook, good morning to you. So we hope you're having a wonderful day. And yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning. Wake up. We're trying to.
We're trying really hard. We've got coffee. We're rolling. But DG's got. Oh no, we don't have Elena. Who's gonna? I'll look up the mascots.
I can
Is Tech
pretend
playing
to
this
be
week?
Elena.
Tech is playing this week, right, DG? Probably.
Let's look.
DG, you're doing the sports update. He's like, I don't know.
Everyone is really tired this morning.
Yeah,
Everyone's off their rocker.
I don't know.
Baseball.
yeah, probably.
I'll look. Hold on.
Claire's on it.
Okay.
Claire's gonna be Elena next year, so she's practicing her role as Elena.
Those are big shoes to feel. To
fill.
feel.
Fuel.
What's this weekend? Okay. We're playing TCU.
Ew, I hate them.
Ew.
Gross.
Okay. Wait, what's their
I hate
mascots?
TCU. I can't.
Tech students as a whole do.
Yeah,
This is
I don't think any of us like TCU.
This is a Lubbock-wide hate.
Yeah,
Lubbock
I don't like
wide.
TCU. My biggest one is Baylor. I cannot handle Baylor. I just can't do it.
I don't got a lot of beef with Baylor.
I don't know.
But-
Like, no.
Sweet. Okay, cool. Well, we can definitely talk about how much we
Okay.
hate them.
Well,
Okay,
we
so
know.
horned frogs.
Yeah, we can.
Or- yeah.
that's
Step
easy.
on them.
That's
We don't even have to
easy.
use our gun.
They do shoot blood out of their eyes.
True.
Awesome.
We can beat them.
We've got this. Yay
So
for
we can
sports.
step on them.
We can step on
Push
them
them like a bug.
like the frogs they are.
Like the frogs.
That's-
Isn't there a thing like I don't want to do it? I feel like that's to do other schools' hand
It's
signs,
like
but it's like a
It's
this
something
thing, right?
weird.
it's like
or the.
oh, it's this. It's this.
I think you're right, but
insane.
what does that even
It's a
signify?
it's a horned frog.
Is this a horned frog?
It just really looks like you're trying to scratch your back in a weird way. You know, like you're trying to get a specific spot
Yeah.
so your fingers are conforming
Like
to a
claws,
weird area.
like,
You're just like, I gotta get it.
Wow. I like that.
In my head, I'm like thinking about what the guys talk about on Friday before the sports update. And they're like, to give you a little preview, and then they just go. And
Yeah.
we're like, this is like you're trying to scratch your back. Okay, Facebook. Thanks for listening to us. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep on entertaining you, so just stay with us. Bye.
And good morning, Texas Tech. 17 minutes now past 8 o'clock. I'm DG with your KTXT Sports Update. The Rangers gave up a 7 spot in the 5th inning and were trounced by the Twins 8-1 at Globe Life Park. Andrew Kashner gave up 2 runs and 4+ frames to take the loss. Anthony Bass gave up 6 more runs in relief. Joey Gallo hit his 7th home run for Texas. Now, the Rangers wrap up their 3-game series with the Twins tonight in Arlington. Cole Hamels will be on the bump for Texas. Minnesota will send out left-hander Hector Santiago. Texas will try to avoid a 3-game sweep. The 2017 NFL Draft kicks off tomorrow in Philadelphia. The Cowboys hold the 28th pick in the first round and have 7 picks overall. Rounds 2 and 3 will take place Friday with the final 4 rounds set for Saturday. The Browns have the top pick. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will retire after the 2017 NASCAR season. The driver, known by many simply as Junior, has 603 career starts and 26 wins on the circuit. He won the Daytona 500 back in 2004 and 2014, but the 42-year-old has recently suffered concussion-like symptoms and has decided to call it a career. I'm DG. That was your KTXT Sports Update.
Thank you, DG, so much for that wonderful sports update. You the man. You the man. The boss man. I was expecting something from him, but nothing. No response.
Nothing this morning.
Just silence.
I'll just say that this is my favorite Wednesday of the week.
Yeah.
And it's Mac.
And it's Mac. It's Mac. It's so Mac. Okay, so this weekend, the Red Raiders are taking on TCU. And we are going to destroy the Horned Frogs. I'm so...
The Horned Frogs.
The Horned Frogs.
Horned Frogs are like...
them.
How big are they?
They're like probably the size of your
our
palm. Yeah, they're not that big. They do shoot blood from their eyes.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Like, they're like... Yeah, they're disgusting.
But Raider Red can handle that.
Raider Red can easily handle. He could just step on them. Like, that's
He
not
has
hard.
really big feet.
He has huge feet. Raider Red has huge feet, and these little Horned Frogs are gross.
Oh,
so
yeah. We could totally stomp on them.
We can take
There's
them. There's no fight.
It's happening.
There's no comment.
No comment.
No destroying. But yeah, we were talking about how we definitely think everybody in Lubbock hates TCU. I don't think there's anyone here in this city that likes TCU.
Oh no, for
I
sure.
don't think there's anyone.
I kind of used to want to go there when I was younger, but I was young and foolish and I didn't know.
Claire.
So
That's
but
okay. I did
grew
too.
out of
It's fine. It's fine.
I really like Fort Worth. I love
Fort Worth is a
Okay,
fun
I do
city.
love Fort
Yeah,
Worth.
I like
it's
Fort Worth.
pretty cool. It's a cool city.
Yeah, I
but-
visited it once when I was like a sophomore in high school, just like when we were like starting our search, and because my aunt lives in Arlington, and so we were seeing her, and we went and looked at the campus, and I was like, it's probably like the whole campus is like the size of, I don't even know,
It's-
our stadium.
yeah.
It's so
It's
small.
really
Yeah,
small.
there's
Yeah.
it's small. Like they've got a big football stadium. We went to the game last semester when we wrecked them. But anyway, yeah, it's a small campus, but I don't know. I don't like it.
So for those keeping score, TCU is leading the conference. Texas Tech is second in the Big 12. We're 3 games behind. So we need to win this series.
Are we playing Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Or
No, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday,
so
Saturday.
Friday's game is at 7. Saturday's game is at 3, and Sunday's game at 1:30. Now, here's the thing. They're ranked number 5 nationally. We're ranked number 7. But as far as the conference goes, we're number 2, they're number 1, and we've got to win this series in order to
Let's
tie
go Red Raiders.
with
This is
TCU.
intense.
So
Okay.
there we are.
This is a big deal.
Yeah, we need to all go out and support and get wild.
Get lit.
let's do it.
Red Raider games are
Yeah.
fun. There's there's
And I've heard
good hot dogs.
I've heard the games are sold out. I think the games are sold out.
Oh well, that's good.
So
Yeah.
So it'll
that's
be
really
packed
good.
out stadiums.
Right.
That's
Students,
awesome.
Is
How's that work for students, Deej?
No, we
If the
just get in
games-
with our
I think
ID, right?
I think students you might be able to get in, but get there early.
Yeah, for
We have
seating
less
and all that.
seats,
Okay,
yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, the student
Cram
seating
in with all the
should still be
families.
available.
I want to go.
Okay, cool.
I wanna
So,
go, too.
if you're listening, Red Raiders, you should definitely go watch these baseball games and cheer on your baseball team because I love the baseball team and it's really
yeah,
awesome.
we've got a
They're
great
great.
baseball
We do.
team.
It's really
No,
good.
yeah.
It's really good. I also have a friend on the softball team, but that's just a sidebar.
What?
Anyway, sidebar.
You're like you're in the in crowd.
You know,
are.
we went to
you
the same
know
high
people.
It was cool, but anyway,
Wow.
yeah.
You know, not a big deal or anything.
Not a big deal or anything, but yeah, no. But yeah, so we are definitely. My vote is the Red Raiders. I think it'll be a hard game for them. It's definitely going to be.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game, uphill battle, but they've got it. They're going to do good.
We're
Go
gonna do
Raider
it.
Red. Crush the Horned Frogs.
Get out there, get wild, go support,
Yeah.
get wild.
There's your motivation of the week from Savannah Gilbreath. Get out there. Get wild.
That's a good slogan.
That was
That's
good.
just how I
Yeah.
feel with any tech game.
That's perfect.
get
Get out
crazy.
there. Get wild.
Our student section is always wild. I
They
love
are.
it.
They are.
They are. It's very true.
It's so Mac.
So Mac.
So Mac. They're
So Mac. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead. Oh wow, and go into our first song. Hey there, or second song. Hey there, Delilah by the Plain White Tees. Y'all keep it locked to the left, and we will have what grinds my gears coming up next.
I'm good.
That's awesome. Hey there, Facebook.
gosh.
Savannah's telling us a really funny story.
Pumpkin's mom is in town.
She
Yeah.
is.
Mama Medina.
TCU. Joel Sketty said TCU. Oh, I get it. Like TCU. TCU. I thought he was making fun of us. I was like, why? That doesn't even make sense, Joel.
What do we do this time?
Didn't even get it.
Didn't even
Immediately
get it.
mad.
It's fine.
I have to sneeze.
Okay. Sneeze. Don't sneeze in the mic. Don't sneeze in the mic. Okay.
What if I sneeze right?
That'd be funny. You'd hit your nose on the microphone.
That'd be bad.
That would be bad. Joel said, only you, Haley. Thanks, Joel. Go, Joel. Yeah, I think everybody's just really tired today. I don't know about Joel, but like
I'm wide awake.
Claire.
Not really.
I was like, what?
I'm
What?
not.
Wait, actually, she's lying. I saw her on the bus today, and she was struggling.
I was.
I really was.
Sitting there, like, half open
I think
eyes.
I was in a
Going
daze.
in and out.
I didn't even see you. I was just so like.
Because you were just, like, staring at your feet. You're just, like,
Just
hating
done.
life, wanting to go to
Aw,
bed.
I feel that.
Yeah.
And I have 8 a.m.s next semester. This will be me almost every day.
I cannot do 8
Life.
a.m.s.
I can't either.
Yeah,
I
don't
really
e-
not
I don't
about
like them
that.
either. But here
I've
we
had
are.
one in all of college, and it was a
Haley,
Tuesday,
you say that,
Thursday.
and yet here you are doing a live show at 8 o'clock.
It's not my choice.
You have this twice a week.
I've been doing it
didn't
since
pick
I was a
this live.
freshman.
But 8 a.m. classes are your choice, too?
No.
No.
This is better than a class.
Yeah, I would rather do this.
Class
There's
is
coffee. I don't have to listen to
terrible.
like
Lecture.
learn things. We can just
I don't have to learn. Hey, you learned
we can
about the
just
government
talk.
today.
I did learn about the
You learned
government
about
today. I'm
that.
very excited that I learned about that. I was curious about how that worked, but like on the real, like that's pretty cool.
You don't learn anything on the show? I learned a
a ton
of
on this on the show. I learn a lot more on the show than I actually do in class.
That's not true.
It is true.
No, that's not true.
It is true because I listen more on the show than I usually listen in
true.
class. Unless I really like my teachers. I always listen if I like my teachers.
Well, what if you were to pretend that your classes were their own morning show?
That would be a really poorly rated morning show.
Poorly rated morning show.
You would like stand up and read the news in the middle of class.
Just
You'd be
stand
like,
up.
This
Good
is
morning,
it. This
Texas
isn't
Tech."
You'd
KTXT.
be raising your hand and saying, Dr. So-and-so, Professor So-and-so, it's time for a music break.
Yeah,
See?
Time for a music
like
break.
a 40-minute long music break.
Yeah.
Coming up, what grinds your gears?
This class. No, I've had really
Classes.
good classes this semester. I really do like my professors, and they're all. I'm in economics. I'm not a fan of that one.
That class is
Yeah, Mama Medina says, yes, DG, me and Pumpkin Dad are in town for his
Pumpkin
ring
Dad.
ceremony today. Staying till Sunday. Yeah, we know. Brandon warned us in advance, so
Yeah,
I didn't wear a
know.
tie today, but I think she's going to be on the show on Friday. Should
Mama
be interesting.
Medina?
Yeah. Good morning, Texas Tech. Yeah, I know.
What an exciting
Can't wait.
day. That's so
That's
awesome.
awesome.
I'm so about that.
So we're 30 seconds out, ladies.
All right, Facebook, y'all keep it locked to the left, and we will be back with you soon. Good morning, Texas Tech. That was Hey There, Delilah by the Plain White Tees. You're listening to Woman Crush Wednesday here on the Raider 881. It's a wonderful morning, wonderful day. We have a special guest coming in later in the hour to talk to us about some interesting stuff. But we are going to first do What Grinds My Gears. I don't know. DG, where's the sound effect?
Anything without that sound.
There is a sound effect. So
We
yeah,
got it covered. We
this
got
is
it.
a very exciting morning here on the Raider. I'm really excited for what's coming up next. But okay, so Savannah has an interesting story to tell us about what grinds her gears. So Savannah, will
Not
you?
proud of it.
I'm really interested.
Not proud of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut right to it. I'm leaving MCOM around 3:30. I'm trying to catch that bus going to Commuter West, so I'm running. I'm running across the street. Bam! I get hit by a biker. Scraping the side of my body, just nails me. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, ow, my body. And he just keeps driving. The bus driver totally sees me get nailed by the bike, and then I'm trying to run to the bus,
And then
sees it, closes the doors, rolls out. I'm standing there looking around. I know everyone just saw me get nailed by a bike. And the bus left me.
That's so awful, Savannah.
Yeah, so then I walked 15 minutes to my car.
Wow.
Because it's 5,000 miles away.
Wow.
BFE.
Wow, that is rough.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Did
it
you,
you
like, fall
last week?
down? Or, like what? Were you, like, sprawled in the
No,
middle
like,
of the
he
road?
was holding me up. He hit me really hard,
Oh.
but we were just, like,
Connected. Like,
yeah, I don't
collided.
even know. We were just, like,
Did you get his
bam,
number?
bam, bam.
I know.
No.
Get his number.
You had a connection.
No.
No.
What? That would be
No.
such a
Really-
cute way. You should date him. That would be such a cute
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
No, I'm
guys,
just kidding.
I got a boyfriend. So shout out.
Shout out,
Not-
boyfriend.
Not
Was he wearing
single.
denim?
Just kidding.
But that
He
would be
was
really
not
funny.
wearing denim.
He was not wearing. Well, we don't like you, biker man. That hit
Yeah,
our friend.
and thank
we
you
don't.
for stopping, not and helping me
Not.
out. You scraped my body.
Wasn't it you last week that you were saying how the bus drivers shut the door in your face, or is that Elena? I can't remember. Someone said the bus drivers always shut the door.
I
in their
mean,
face.
That's me.
But I mean,
Yeah, I
that's
was
pretty
like-
much everyone.
I was like,
yeah,
as a
and-
whole, they can be
yeah.
really mean.
They
They
can
really
be.
are.
We appreciate the work you do, but sometimes you're really mean. And
Sometimes
if
you
you
kinda
see
hurt
someone get
us.
hit by a bike, don't leave them. I was right there too. It wasn't like I was still across the road. I mean, I was right
Yeah.
behind the bus. It was
No,
right there.
I understand.
They left me.
I feel you on that. Yesterday, I'm really sorry about your accident. I'm
okay.
glad you're okay.
I'm glad you're alive.
Be
though.
careful out there, people. Be careful.
It's a dangerous world, fam.
with bikers and.
It's really scary. But no, yesterday, Savannah saw this too. She got to witness this. The buses are always what grinds my gears. But this particular morning of yesterday, I had to shadow a journalist, so I had to dress up and look nice, first of all. So I had to get up early and shower and like do my hair and wear like fancy clothes.
You had to get ready.
I don't like that. Like, that's already a rough start to the morning.
That's awful.
It's already hard on me. And then so I get to the school and I park my car and I'm like, oh my gosh, the buses, I'm going to make it. Because they had just like pulled up and parked. I was like, this is a good day, but I should probably still run because you know how they are. So
Don't
I'm like,
leave you in the dust.
I'm like running. Yeah, I'm running down the side of the road, like in my nice fancy business clothes. I have a banana, like just going. And
You have a banana.
I am just going, and I am like, oh my gosh, I'm here, and I'm like literally outside the door of Red Raider, about to step on, and the bus driver shuts the door in my face and drove off. Right there.
Do they not see? Do they just?
No, they
not?
do.
They
They
do.
just don't
That's the
care.
thing. They see and they leave. And I'm like, I get on the bus, and Savannah's on the bus, and I look at her. I'm like, did that really just happen? And she's like, it's okay. We'll get the next one. And so like we got on double T because it follows
Yeah.
Red Raider, and then they split like at the light on Flint and,
Yeah.
and 18th. And so I'm like, I'll get on double T and I'll ride it to Chitwood, and then I'll get on Red Raider and take it the rest of the way over here to MCOM. Now, granted, it's like a 2-minute walk
Wait,
from Chitwood to MCOM.
That was the plan.
It works because the
Oh,
bus
guys.
goes from Commuter West all the way to MCOM. That's where Red Raider goes. And so I was like, I'll just get off at Chitwood and hop on the Red Raider bus right there because they're right there.
Yeah.
I know, it just
Why
cracks me
wouldn't
up
you?
because Chitwood's here.
I
and
know.
Calm is like
Claire,
right there.
quit
minute.
shaming me. So I'm like, Savannah, let's do it. So we get off the bus and we go and we like scurry on over to Red Raider right outside the door, looking the bus driver dead in the eye, and she shuts the door again and drove off again. Again.
Did you y'all like
Twice.
do something to this bus
Screamed.
driver? Is
I
she out to
screamed.
get you or something?
I literally yelled, and people all from around like looked at us like,
Yeah, they were looking
Oh.
for sure, and Haley was like throwing a fit. She's like, "Why me?"
I can
was
see that happening.
I was throwing a fit. I was fit to be tried.
She was
I
so
was-
upset.
I was
really
very
sad.
upset. And like yesterday morning was humid. It was hot. I'm in freaking nice clothes. My hair is like Hermione Granger in like the second Harry Potter movie. Like it was rough, fam.
She's awesome though, so like, that's not a big issue.
It was a day.
Hermione Granger hair.
It was a day. But anyway, Claire, does anything
Wow.
grind your gears?
I mean, I think y'all pretty much
Covered
took
it.
it all. I mean, the only thing that's been bugging me is that it's really hot lately and humid. And when I walk to class, I put my backpack on, I take it off, and it's like sweat, just nasty.
Yum.
And yeah, I know, probably TMI, but
No,
that's the only thing
okay.
that's been bugging me. I've been having to like one strap
One
it
strap.
to class.
Gotta one strap it. Don't give
Yeah.
in to peer pressure.
Yeah.
Always one strap.
But other than that, it's
Wise
just really
words of
kind of
Channing
hot
Tatum.
outside. Not today, but
Normally.
it's really hot and humid, so
Yes. I
my
feel
hair
it.
doesn't like it, and I don't like it.
I understand.
So,
I understand.
but yeah, I haven't got hit by a biker
That's good.
anything this week.
I'm
but
happy for you.
It'll probably happen eventually.
The struggle is real. All right. Well, that was what grinds our gears. If you have any gears that have been grinded, please share with us on Facebook, and we will tell you about them. We're going to go ahead and do the KTXT half-hour news update. But real quick, I just wanted to correct myself on the last update. There are actually Denim Day events scheduled and planned in Lubbock today. So that's really exciting. Get on the internet and search Lubbock Denim Day, and you will find things that you can go to protest stupid sexism and all that fun stuff and rape. Nobody likes that. So get on Facebook and see what you can find for Denim Day events in Lubbock, Texas. But here we go with your KTXT news update. Historic Nation of Islam documents will be auctioned next month in Dallas. Heritage Auction says a document archive covering the founding and early decades of the organization is expected to sell for around $500,000. Also up for grabs, the Kafia hat owned by activist Elijah Muhammad, mentor to Malcolm X, Louis Farrakhan, and Muhammad Ali. Fort Worth police are investigating a deadly officer-involved shooting on the city's east side. Police say officers were responding to a domestic violence call late yesterday afternoon in the 3900 block of Mount Vernon Avenue. As the officers arrived, they saw a man holding a gun on nearby East Lancaster Avenue. Investigators say the officers fired 2 rounds at the man after he pointed a weapon at them. The suspect died at the scene. About 120 miles south of Dallas, a student at Moody High School is answering charges that he urinated into his teacher's cup before she drank from it. Moody Police Chief Roger Kennedy tells the Waco Herald Tribune that the 16-year-old is charged with assault on a public servant, harassment of a public servant, and obstruction or retaliation. Kennedy told the newspaper that the teacher is not sure she ingested the urine because she said the water fountain always tastes funny. That does it for your KTXT news update. Now here is DG with your weather.
How do you follow that? Anyway, the National Weather Service forecast for Lubbock and vicinity, mostly cloudy and breezy this morning. A still slight chance of sprinkles, but I think most of our rain chances are pretty much whisking off to the northeast. Sunny skies expected this afternoon, highs in the upper 60s with northwesterly winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight, lows in the upper 40s. Southerly winds continuing 5 to 15 miles per hour, and sunny, windy, and warmer tomorrow. Highs Thursday in the mid-80s. Looks like our next shot at rain coming up Friday night into Saturday. Currently outside in Lubbock, mostly cloudy and breezy, 49 degrees. Wind is from the northwest at 22 with gusts to 32 miles per hour, creating a wind chill of 42 degrees. Definitely want to bundle up as you head out this morning. Coming up next on Good Morning Texas Tech, here's Rihanna, Disturbia 2008. Good morning, Texas Tech. Well, good morning, Facebook. As you can tell, we're getting set up for our next segment. This is continuing our conversation last week. Is it Netflix? Is it on Netflix? Is that 13 Reasons Why, which is the Netflix show? Our hosts last week were talking about the 13 Reasons Why program, and then we've actually got a guest in the studio that'll be helping us explore more about that today. So we're getting prepped. She's in the studio. We'll be going to her next. Also, stay tuned because we've got Lisa Lowe, Professor Lisa Lowe, within the College of Media and Communications coming in to talk about what's trending. We've got some interesting topics as well.
Denim Day events on campus. Women's Studies does Denim Day events.
Right. Women's Studies here at Texas Tech has all kinds of Denim Days events scheduled throughout the day. Wished I had more information on that in front of me. I could share that with you, but
sure there's like a karate demonstration.
Karate demonstration, Josh says. We almost need to get him on a microphone. But there's several Denim Day events going on throughout the campus today, thanks to the Women's Studies program also here at Texas Tech. So lots of things to talk about. Hope your day's going amazingly. It's cloudy and cool this morning here in Lubbock. I think our rain chances have finally tapered off, but we'll have another shot coming up. We're about a minute away. We'll be rejoining our host here on Good Morning Texas Tech, the Women's Crush Wednesday edition, my favorite Wednesday of the week. And we appreciate you tuning in and joining us, especially if you're on Facebook.
That's right. Take Back the Night. That's tonight.
Take Back the Night.
That's the big event.
What time and where is that?
7:30, 9:30 in Memorial Circle.
So that'll be 7:30 to 9:30. 7:30 to 9:30. It's a 2-hour thing. It'll be taking place here on the Texas Tech campus at Memorial Circle. So a big rally here on the center of campus in celebration of Denim Day. All right, we're going to switch everything back and stay tuned. 13 Reasons Why conversation coming up next here on Good Morning Texas Tech.
All right, that was Disturbia by Rihanna, throwback to 2008. I miss the good old days way back when. But we have a special guest here in studio, Annalise Bustillo. Is that how that's? Yeah, there we go. She's here to talk to us a little bit. If you tuned in last week and remember our conversation, we talked about the new Netflix series, 13 Reasons Why. We had a pretty lengthy discussion just about the influence that has on people or could have on people. And so we invited Annalise here to talk to us a little bit. She is the Assistant Director of RISE, Risk Intervention and Safety Education here on Texas Tech campus. So good morning, Annalise. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Really appreciate it. Can you tell us a little bit about what RISE is on campus and what that does?
Sure. So RISE is the Prevention Education Department here on campus. So we're tasked with sort of all the preventive education that revolves around everything from alcohol and drugs to suicide prevention, violence prevention, sexual assault prevention, all sorts of things. But we really focus on the holistic wellness of our students. We want to make sure that every single aspect of their life is they have some resources for. So we in the world of suicide prevention, we're most known for hosting Suicide Prevention Week with Wreck the Stigma, a student organization. We host that every September, the week around September 10th, because that's National Suicide Prevention Day.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Very good to know. Okay, so have you seen 13 Reasons Why?
I have. I binge watched it with my husband last weekend.
There you go. That's everybody I've heard says that's what they did.
they
Like, sit down and
it.
can't, like, not. Did you like the series?
Right. I did. There was lots of things I really liked about it. Some things that I was concerned about, but I just found a lot of the characters really relatable, which I really liked, that none of them seemed to be perfect. And sometimes I think we portray students, like high school age students, as like somehow a really perfect stereotype. And I liked that there were more complicated characters in this show. I really enjoyed that.
What were some concerns you had about it?
I think my biggest concern, there's a lot of research, especially from the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, about actually showing suicides. And I know that there's a trigger warning with the 13th episode, but it was really graphic and it was difficult to watch. So I'm concerned about that can answer a lot of questions for people that are contemplating suicide. They don't know how to do it, when to do it, things like that. It showed, I think, a little bit more than it needed to. Some other concerns I had with the show is I want to make sure that young people know that when they reach out for help, they're not always going to come in contact with a missed reporter. There are lots of people who are incredibly trained counselors who can intervene and who really know how to help people that need help. And I think my biggest concern was you see lots of kids reaching out in the show at different times, whether it's to their parents or whether it's to a counselor. And the parent or counselor didn't always know how to respond. That's completely realistic. No one's perfect. But I also know a lot of times parents will say, I don't know the answer, but I know we need to get you in with someone. And so they'll make sure that their child gets help with a trained psychologist. So I think it's really important to know that it doesn't always happen that way when you reach out for help. We still really encourage people to do that. There's wonderful licensed professionals who can help you through it.
What kind of impact do you think this show could potentially have on young viewers watching it that might be struggling with that?
Sure. I think it can have some really positive impacts. I'm hoping that it has the impact of young people realizing it's important to be kind. It's important to reach out to people that you think might need a little bit of extra support. It's important to realize that actions that you think are small and maybe funny can really be compounding for someone. You know, if everyone's doing something small and mean, to one person, it's obviously not just one action. It's a lot of things that are building up to someone. So I hope that it sort of helps young people get that message that that little things that you do can actually have really big impacts. I hope also that it does not impact our society in a way that it glamorizes suicide in any way. I hope it really helps people understand the after effects. And one character that I really love on the show is Hannah's mom. I think she does a great job of showing the confusion of the aftermath. She doesn't really know how to heal, so she thinks what's going to help her heal is this trial, and so she really holds on to it. She wants to be a part of everything. She wants to be in everything. But at the same time, it's not really helping her. It's bringing up a lot of things she doesn't want to face. So I hope that it'll help people realize that suicide has a really negative impact on the people around you, and it's something you don't really think about. You don't really realize until maybe it's too late. So I think that's a great message to take from it.
Absolutely. You said something about glamorizing suicide. That's what I was kind of thinking when watching this, is that sometimes it seems a little bit like, and I haven't seen the entirety of the show. I read the book.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I read the book, so I know all that happens in it. But yeah, I think, spoiler alert, but it's okay. No, but I do agree with you a little bit. I think, like, in some ways it seemed like it portrayed this as a solution, to her problems, when I don't think it should ever be portrayed as that. I don't know. That was one of my critiques of the series, but
Absolutely. Something I loved about, for anyone that hasn't read the book, read the book. I think the book does a much better job than the movie does of I think the movie gets a little, I guess I should say the show gets a little like revenge plotty at points, and it gets a little like drawn out, and there's this whole trial. The trial doesn't exist in the book. So I think the book does an incredible job of showing more of the thought process that Hannah is putting into everything, and more of the way she's feeling and the sort of hopelessness she's gotten to. I think the book does a really great job of displaying that. So if you haven't had a chance, for sure read the book. I think the book is even better than the show. So check it out.
For sure. Is this something that you see like is prevalent on college campuses? Is struggles like, I have had a fair amount of friends who have come out talking about like depression or anxiety that they're dealing with, a lot more than I ever saw in high school. Is that something you see a lot here?
Absolutely. We definitely see rises in depression and anxiety. 18 to 25 is sort of the hotbed area for mental illness to make its first appearance. So we're at an age that people might be showing early signs of mental illnesses, from anything from bipolar depression to schizophrenia, all sorts of stuff sort of make their debut at this time. So it's really important that our students know that there's resources available to them and they can reach out for help. I think it's also important that just because someone is struggling with suicide or with depression or anxiety does not necessarily mean they're suicidal. It's really important that when you're working with a friend who says they're depressed, to not be afraid to ask them, to not be afraid to just say, have you thought about ending your life? And if they say yes, you know that you need to make sure that you get them some help. But at the same time, asking that question is this sort of beautiful release, because they might look at you and be like, no, absolutely not. I'm just struggling with this, and this. So it's really important to look out for the people around you and to reach out to them and not be afraid to ask, have you ever been suicidal? Have you been thinking about ending your life? And it can be a tough question to ask, but the more we normalize it and the more we ask people just because we're concerned about them, I've asked that question multiple times, and Dr. Clinton Hobbs, the one who does QPR training here on campus, he talks about all the times he's asked it. He's never had anyone get mad. And I've had the exact same experience. I've never had someone get mad at me, because it's a question that comes from the heart. It's a question that comes from, I'm concerned about you. I want to check in on you. And so people have the reaction they need to have. Either they say, yes, I need help, or they laugh it off and they're like, no, that's not my problem. This is what I really am asking for help with. So making sure that you reach out to people and don't be afraid to ask them if they're struggling and what you can do to help.
That's good. That's awesome. I know a lot of people like really don't want to come out with like saying they have depression, or like that they're even dealing with that or struggling with that, because there's like such a stigma around it. So if anything, I think it's really good that this is bringing mental illness like awareness out into the public more.
Absolutely. And I think the more people we have who identify as struggling with depression and anxiety, the more normalized it'll feel. When we do anonymous surveys, we usually have about 1 in 4 students that says they've struggled with either depression or anxiety. It's a pretty big number.
That is.
But you wouldn't know that because, like you're saying, our students don't always talk about it. Right. So helping students notice that there's this huge spectrum, like you can have test anxiety, you know, like anxiety just appears on the day I have a test and I get overwhelmed and it's really, really bad. Or you can have high functioning anxiety, that you are feeling anxious all day, every day. So it's really important to note there's this whole spectrum. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. There's nothing to be ashamed of. The first step is feeling okay with acknowledging it so you can get some help.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, is there real quick for like resources for students on campus? What do we need to know?
Yeah, absolutely. The best resource, especially for students that are dealing with any kind of crisis situation, is our crisis helpline. It's 24/7. It's answered by licensed professionals every single day. The number is 806-742-5555. Pretty easy number to remember. And so it's answered by licensed professionals who will immediately route it where it needs to go. So if it's a suicidal crisis or a mental illness, anything of that sort, it'll get routed to the counseling center and they can get a student into an intake. If it's a sexual assault, they'll get routed to our office to RISE, and we can reach out to that student to see what we can do to help them. Any kind of violence or assault or anything of that form, also call. So sort of anything that, the way we market it is anything you consider a crisis is good enough to call the crisis helpline for. Awesome. So anything that a student could need, they just reach out. That's the best on-campus resource. Suicide prevention resources, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention has a ton on their website. The National Suicide Prevention Line, there's a crisis text line. There is a line for veterans specifically. There's all sorts of things that you can call, you can text, you can email, whatever you feel most comfortable with. There's lots of help out there.
That's good. Well, thank you so much, Annalise, for coming in and talking to us. I've been looking forward to getting to have this conversation, and just I feel like this is something that people really need to hear, especially on college campuses. It's such a struggle. So
of course, absolutely. Thank you guys for talking about this.
Absolutely, for sure. And we'll post up information about this on our website. So if anybody needs to go there and needs to know where they can go from there, that's where you can look.
Awesome.
So, awesome. Thank you so much,
Thank
Annalise.
y'all so much.
It. Absolutely. We're going to go ahead and go into our next song, Hanging by a Moment by Lifehouse. So y'all keep it locked to the left, and we will be back with what's trending coming up next.
Kind of thing, but PBS, it's on Amazon Prime, the PBS special on the Dust Bowl. You guys should watch it.
Ooh, okay.
I love documentaries, so okay.
She was so nice.
She was. Yeah.
I'm really glad we did that. Hi, Facebook. I didn't know we were on Facebook. I hope y'all are having a great morning. Bye. Thank you.
That bright light just above the microphone.
Oh, this red thing
means that it's on.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means you're
My
talking
Mac's
to
at 1%.
Facebook.
So Mac.
Today is a good day to
Today is a
Facebook.
good day to Facebook.
It is.
Do you see yet another Facebook? Well, actually, this one was streamed live from Taiwan.
What? Another
Facebook
crime?
crime. It's a really, I don't want to get into it. It's really sad.
That's not
But if you're interested, you can Google it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and it was live.
It was live?
The,
That's
yeah,
awful.
The
From
deed
Taiwan?
Was, sad.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
That's not
sad.
good. Okay, well,
People suck
people
sometimes,
do.
don't they?
People do suck. It makes me really sad. But then there's also good people in
There
the
are
world.
great people.
Yeah.
There are
There
great
are good
people. Me and
people.
DG were talking about this the other day, just with kind of what media is, and maybe we were talking about it on here. I'm actually not really entirely sure, but it feels like our society is more afraid now than it has ever been. Just with maybe the way stuff is presented in the media
Yeah.
and the way TV shows and
Yeah.
movies and stuff. Everybody's like, oh my gosh,
Fear mongering.
Yeah,
Mhm.
if I walk across campus at night,
Yeah.
and I mean that's ingrained in me. Don't do that because you don't know what could happen.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have to be afraid to walk
No,
across
you should
campus,
not have
but-
to
It's
be
like the
afraid.
denim thing.
Yeah.
Don't.
wear denim.
What?
Have
I
you heard
jeans
that?
on.
No, denim's a good day to wear denim.
Oh, no. Yeah,
Okay.
you're
Denim's
fine.
a good.
Okay.
You're good.
All right.
You're good. How long do we have, Deej? Okay, Facebook. We're gonna go ahead and give y'all a break. So y'all just enjoy the end of the show, and we will see you back here next Wednesday. Hey, good morning, Texas Tech. You're tuned into the Raider 88.1. Thanks for sticking with us for the past almost hour. It's been a really interesting hour. I've had a good Wednesday morning. Again, if you or anyone you know is struggling with what we were talking about in the last segment, there are so many places you can go for help, and it's never, you are very important, and your life matters.
Yes.
So please,
Yes.
seek
Talk
help.
to someone.
Yes, it does.
Talk to people. Everybody cares about you, like I promise. Like, I know it may not feel like it, but
Yep.
there's always somebody that cares and somebody that wants to listen, and you're very important. And you're a valued listener of KTXT.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
with that, we are going to go ahead and transition into What's Trending, my favorite segment of every week. I love What's Trending.
What's trending.
Hashtag. Aw, we need to, like,
that needs
make
to
that
be
a thing. We need to make that, like, an opening for, like,
Hashtag something.
record it, and then
Yeah.
we'll play it every time we do What's Trending.
Yep.
Hashtag What's Trending.
I like it.
Hating is bad.
Sure, that works too. Hating is bad. That works
DG
too.
needs to get some new clips.
Ooh,
It's true. I do.
It's true.
We're so already behind the power curve.
Yep.
it's fine.
And did you see the how about that girl got beat up?
She
So
did.
another
Really?
Google.
What?
Yeah, something happened. And
She's
she's only
crazy.
13. Y'all know.
She
that.
is. Yeah,
She's
she's
crazy.
her makeup's
crazy.
better than mine has ever been in 21 years. But
Hashtag
like
cray.
hashtag gray.
And if you ever get those, if I ever see you with nails like that,
oh geez.
Haley,
Were they really
I'm just
long?
going. I'm going to walk up to you and I'm going to grab your hand, and we don't even have to speak.
Oh man.
Are they really
They're like
long
so
No.
bad.
No, they're just they're really long.
They're scary. They're like claws. I
Yeah.
broke a nail though, and it makes me kind of
All
sad.
right,
Okay, so
we digress here.
what's trending today, Professor Lowe?
What's trending? Okay, so a subject close to my heart. Facebook has launched tips to educate users on fake news.
Ooh.
Which is very good, but likely the people that it's aimed at will probably not read it. But in any event, it gives you, and I gave you the link, so hopefully we can post it up on social media.
Yeah.
There are 10 things to look for with regards to fake news. I'm not going to read them all to you, but number one, be skeptical of headlines. All right, and I could read you all 10. Look closely at the URL, investigate the source, watch for unusual formatting, and you guys know to look for
Yeah.
the typos, especially if there's a translation thing. It's pretty easy to spot. But that requires you to actually look at the material. I would go with step one, be skeptical. Step two, go Google the headline or something like that, a little chunk of information, and then just confirm with a source you don't agree with. Okay, so if you're a Fox News fan or something like that, go to MSNBC. Go to a source or even one of the secondary sources. But if you can confirm it in a reasonable way, steps 1 and 2 are going to keep you in good
sure.
shape. Just don't look for that confirmation bias.
Even
whereas,
just check like where it's from. Like you were
Yeah.
saying, like whatever
Yeah.
the URL is, like
Yeah.
if it's something like sketchy news today, like don't go there.
It sound very
don't go
accurate.
there. It's super sketch.
Yes.
But anyway, this article kind of goes in depth, and I appreciate Facebook's efforts. Have you guys seen it go to the top of your feed where it says, and of course none of us in this room, we've all seen it and we don't need it. That's
Right.
that's the tragedy. So hopefully people will avail themselves of that and stop spreading that, not just fake news, but stuff that's not
Just like
not
lies.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah, some made up stuff. The other fun thing, it's still kind of a little bit Facebook related. Let's see, Fortune did an interesting article with it ranked, the billionaires, of course, and then another organization took that on and to demonstrate the gender pay gap. And I want to ask you guys first, how do you feel that in general you are going to make, unless we change things, and I'm hoping you guys will, 80 cents on the dollar as opposed to your male counterparts.
Very
It
frustrating.
makes me really angry.
Yeah,
It makes
it's
me really
for
mad.
the same job. That's
How
very
is that
frustrating.
logically, how is that fair? Like, I don't know.
I think it, like, a lot of it, I don't know, I've kind of tried to, like, research it, and
Yeah.
a lot of the, like, the reasons given are, like, well, women take time off to be moms, and, like, they're the ones that, like, they have to leave early or go here and go there, and so, like, in general, they aren't able to work as much as men, and that's why they make less than men. I don't know if that's, like, factual, but every person I've talked to, that's been their answer.
And
so-
I saw something where the husband took maternity leave too. I saw that
Oh,
where
yeah.
jobs are doing that. I'm like,
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah,
why
that's
can't we do
good.
that? Because
I know several men, 3 or 4 in my close personal circle, who have taken paternity leave, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's what I really hope
I know.
happens. Like,
I
when
hope
you
we
have
can make
kids,
that a
like,
thing like that.
Yeah,
That's great.
absolutely.
And he's not
I
gonna
just
get a
wanted to
pickup.
jump in and say that here at KTXT, our women make as much as our men.
we do.
Excellent.
Equal
We
pay
all
for
make-
equal work.
And that's why we
Yeah.
love you.
Thank you.
'Cause
We do
you're
get
equal
paid
pay.
well.
And it's not going to come into play so much in the entry level
No, it's
situations.
higher up.
It's advancement.
Yes.
And the old guard is still in charge, and that, unfortunately, it takes time to change.
Mm-hmm.
But in my lifetime, it was a real factor.
Mm-hmm.
You got, if you were a female, it didn't matter what your credentials were. Are we running out of time?
Yeah, we're running down on-
Just
we're
kind of.
running.
All right, so that article is up. It's got some really cool Photoshop things. So they imagine Mark Zuckerberg as Marsha, and he went from number 5 on the Forbes billionaire list, dropped to 11 if he were a woman.
Oh my gosh.
Just going from Mark to Marsha. Marsha.
Marsha. Well, that drives me nuts. And we can definitely talk about that next week
Yeah,
on
let's-
Women Crush
let's
Wednesday.
continue.
I
I'll
think
bring
we
some
will.
more stuff.
That's
All right.
perfect. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you catch us next Wednesday for Women Crush Wednesday, and also tune in Friday for Good Fella Friday. Keep it locked to the left and have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll see you back here next week.